Hi, I'm Tanya, and I'm getting interactive. Oops, not enough space. So let's make it a little bit more compact. Tanya's Getting Interactive is a Russian for beginners alphabet. Letter yeah. Still boring. Oh, is a Russian for all alphabet. Letter yay. If you haven't seen the first video about the letter O, you should do it. But if you'd like to watch something just for fun, you can continue with this one. We're going to work with the letter Y. This letter has two sounds. I after a consonant and Y after vowels. Take a look at the examples that I have. Y, не means not. And be means actually ba. This is the sound that the sheep says. So the tip is, or the formula, that consonants such as b, b, z, r, d, k, n, m plus y make e. Like d, k, b, r, ne, ve, me. And also a yeah can soften most of them. The next tip is when you see the vowel and then the yeah comes, it's yeah. Do you know what vowel is? It's a sound you can sing. A, E, E, O, O. And consonant is a sound you can beatbox. B, P, C, Ch, Sh. Very Russian consonants and sound very cool, I think. Okay, the examples of vowel plus yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, ah yeah. Just keep in mind that this sound is long. Yeah, in the beginning of the words, again sounds like yeah. So it's a long sound. And take a look at the examples, please. Ем, ель, е, ем, е, ел, е, ему. And there you can see the sounds. It's a kind of transcription. Это ель. А это я ем. Hungry Tanya. As a reaction, oh yeah, sounds sexy. Let's pretend I've got a message from my friend. I'm done with my work today. Oh yeah, kisses. Or Julia is writing, let's grab some wine. Oh yeah. Guys, do you still remember oh? I've got a message from work. Dasha's sick. You'll have to work 6 days instead of 5 next week. Oh, but wait. Here I have the message. Sorry, it's not for you. Oh yeah. Yeah is the second frequent letter in the alphabet, and it's a real headache when it comes to the handwriting. I wrote 3 words. You can see them, but can you find the letter Y there? Let's make it a little bit easier. So, where is the letter Y? Here it is. Let's read it. Мне, меня, менять. And this is my real handwriting, so when I have to write something fast. In the ideal world, Russian cursive looks like this. Beautiful and clear. But in a real world it looks like this, but only if you're my mom. Otherwise, you'll probably see something like this, and that's my notes about how to teach foreigners. How many yeah letters can you find there? Write your answers in the comments. And also you can find this photo in the links below the video, and there are also answers. I'm waiting. Now, I think it's time to practice some reading. Е, ель. Это ель. Е, ем. Это я ем. Е, Ева. Это Ева. Е, енот. Это енот. And guys, do you remember the words from the previous lesson? О, он. Это он. О, она. Это она. And now it's your turn to read. That's great. Thanks. Okay, we can react, we can read, so it's time to write it. And you need something to write with and something to write on. So let's draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 there. And we'll start with the first one. So just fill this square with the letters Y. Small tails. I love this letter. Great, you did it. So cool. So the next one, they're a little bit harder. You have to do the same, but please keep the space between and try to make the space equal. Cool. Hope you did it too. The third square is about the connections, so try not to okay, at least try to do it with the one line just. It's not so hard, so great again. Next one, so we'll make them a little bit bigger. And last one. Take a look at the fifth square. So let's make them smaller this time and take a look. So we accidentally wrote something. This line. These are the letters. So we'll describe them. So take a look at the first one. Sh, E. That's sh, that's E, and that's sh again. Sh and k and E. So here we have the word shishki, one of the most, I think, one of the most popular word. And so we can stop now. We know how to write. Actually, yay! I think I accidentally wrote a lot of words, so I won't describe them all. Maybe next time. Or you can try. Why not? So the sixth square is about nice curve that will fill with the E again. No pressure, take your time. You can put this video on a pause and do it with your own tempo. Cool, you did it. So great and great. So I think you might need the next page because we still have to do 3 more warm-ups. 7th, 8th and 9th. Cool. So here we have different yeah in different positions of the word. So this one is in the beginning with a long tail. This one somewhere in the center and in the end. Okay. So let's get started with the first one. I marked the connections. So the first one is in the beginning, you can see it's with the long tail. The second one is in the center with 2 tails, and the last one in the end. So it looks kinda dropped with not a tail at all. So that's great. Just keep in mind that in the different positions they look differently. And now it's again about the connections, as we already know the letter O. So let's write these 2 letters together. Oh yeah, and yeah, O. And pretend that both of these letters are in the center of the word. So here we have yo. So that's the letter Y, and here we have the letter yo with 2 dots above. So now let's make the long line of yo. So that's great. Well done. And the last one, it's just the hardest one. You can skip it if you want, but it's really about the connections and it's really about thinking. So let's try to write backwards. So it's hard, but when you start thinking about the connections, it's a little bit easier. So I just wrote one line, so feel free to fill all the square. And thanks. Well done. Now let's work with your home task. Russian Cozy Cursive worksheet. And after you're done with these pages, you can share your completed pages in comments. Be proud of your work. I'll check them. So here you can find capitals, different ones, lowercase with the connections. Please pay attention at the connections. So you'll really need them. That's the backbone of all the Russian cursive. We'll work with it a little bit more later. Also, here you can find a page with different handwritings, and they do really exist. These are handwritings of my friends and mine. And again, a page for your freestyle letters where you can copy different handwritings or use it for fun, or maybe you want to practice some writing from the previous pages. So that's your page. Do whatever you want.